This is the largest fishing vessel in the world, an Alisalina fishing boat. It claims to be able to empty the entire Mediterranean Sea. In 1 year, the Alisalina fishing boat is 144.6 meters long, 24 meters wide and weighs 14,000 tons. Is a veritable giant. Take China's 0.55 million tons of dock as a comparison. 55 is 183 meters long and 22 meters wide. It's a circle bigger than the Alisalina fishing boat. A little more, one net can catch more than 300 tons of marine fish, no matter big or small. No fish can escape the fate of being caught. Is a veritable marine biocide. The efficiency of biological extinction is also higher than that of the neighbors. It can be said that once you fish, you have to change places. Otherwise, the fish in this sea area will die for you on the spot. Such a large fishing capacity. It is impossible for any country to allow such fishing boats in the inland waters of their own country. The inland sea of one's own country becomes the Dead Sea. The Netherlands did the same. An Alisalina fishing boat. The main operating location is the high seas, mainly used to catch cod and other seafood. Belonging to ocean-going fishing vessels, the Alisalina fishing vessel is designed for a speed of 18 knots. Load capacity 11,500 tons. Among them, the refrigerated warehouse has a capacity of 8,000 tons. Daily processing capacity 350 tons. If you are lucky and come back with a full load, 8,000 tons of fish products can be caught at one time, let alone a normal fisherman for a year. 10 years may not be able to catch so many fish if the area of the open sea is not large enough. Sooner or later, marine fish will be caught by it. Whether it's big fish or small fish, all are treated as equals, packed and taken away directly to marine fish in a small area of sea. Come die. A large fishing net that catches 300 tons at a time. Strength and toughness are absolutely strong enough. Don't talk about small fish and shrimp. Even if a shark strays into a fishing net, I also have to hate the Northwest and traditional fishing. The only difference between sharks, probably the shark it took. You can eat a buffet before you die. Eat a full meal before you die, at least not starve to death. At this fishing speed, small fishing boats need to dispatch hundreds of ships. At the same time, if they want to achieve, it takes hundreds of years for all the anglers to go out. Electric fish want to catch up with neighbors. It is estimated that the two sides are connected to the nuclear power plants of the whole world. I feel that I am not worthy of my name. Otherwise, this title will be given to you. A net of 300 tons was directly sunk by the ocean pole. You who felt that it was wrong to be banned back then, analyze the location of the main operating location of the Lena fishing vessel. The sea isn't even your average high sea. It's all 800 miles around, except for yourself as the sea. It is absolutely impossible to return to land immediately. So analyst Elena fishing boat. There will be separate spaces inside for processing and storage. The caught fish will be put into processing immediately, followed by freezing, then sent to the storage room to wait for unified processing. Theoretical Annalise Elena fishing boat. 8,000 tons of various fish can be harvested in one trip. Even if you eat half of the big fish and meat every day, and throw away the half, a person may not be able to eat so much in 8 lifetimes. Fish. If I can gain some connections with the people on this ship, it can be said that you have no shortage of big fish and big meat in your life. Even if people show a little bit from their fingers every year, your meat products of the year directly addressed still are sea fish. Save a lot of money directly in a year. Even if a warship goes fishing, it's not necessarily faster than the analyst Elena fishing boat. After all, the leads have specialized. Unless of course you're going to take the fishing boat Lioning. Race analyst Elena fishing boat. It can be said that the driver of the sea is worthy of the name. Holland's masterpiece is now in decline. But build a big fish, the boat is still fine. At least the largest surviving fishing vessel in the world. Still an Alisalina fishing boat. How big is the world's largest fishing boat? Can catch 8,000 tons of fish in one trip. A real artifact. The largest fishing vessel in the world. It is not easy to set sail for an Alisalina fishing boat. It needs to consume at least 60 tons of fuel for towing a day. Very high operating costs. General fishing ground. It can't support such a huge thing at all. Family fishermen. It's even more impossible to support this fishing boat, even if you spend all your money. You may not be able to move this boat. Not to mention analyze the Lena fishing boat. The capacity of the fuel tank is 3,000 tons. Want to fill up with so much fuel? Not an easy task. Even the average fishing company is not easy. Single full Alisalina. Fuel for fishing boats is ridiculously expensive. It is also the super high fuel reserve to get analyst Elena fishing boats. Possibility of long voyage operations. Otherwise careless. There is a possibility of being stranded at sea due to insufficient fuel. Analyst Elena fishing boat. As a fishing boat for Skull Twin host. The host model is 8M43. 8-cylinder 4-stroke at 512 revolutions per minute. Each host can provide 7,200 kilowatts of power. It can be said to be able to run and drag. Operational capability is unique in the world. Belonging to the first person in the sky. The stern is equipped with 2 sets of micro mesh panels. Each piece of 15 square meters weighs 3.1 tons. The main mode of operation is trawling in the middle. After the fish caught by the trawling net, suction pump system can be accessed from the stern. Direct inhalation into the processing room for freezing processing. Of course, it is also possible to carry out seine operation to suck fish in the boat. 2 operation methods need to be selected according to the situation. Alisalina fishing vessels are highly automated, although there are only more than 60 crew members, but every time hundreds of tons of fish are caught, little waste exists, will be processed within the specified time, and put into cold storage. High degree of automation. Also Alisalina fishing boat, the main reason why it can be called the world's #1 fishing boat. Otherwise, even if you can fish 1,000 tons at a time, There is no way to become the #1 fishing boat in the world, if only on fishing, if other processing events are not counted. Very large cruise ship or aircraft carrier hang an oversized fishing net. The fish that can be netted at one time can definitely reach 1,000 tons, but there is no follow-up processing ability. Either can pull thousands of tons of fish onto the. It is also not possible to freeze fish. Annalise Elena fishing boat. Want to do a successful job? You need to activate the loudspeaker first. Check the range of the fish school with the loud sound device. Otherwise, it is very likely that the bamboo basket fetches water in vain. After determining the location of the fish school, the 80-meter wide super large fishing net is cast. Annalise Elena fishing boats in general would drag giant fishing nets, driving on this ocean, a few hours later, and then through the machine to turn the huge winch. Retract the net, with luck, net down. The harvest of all kinds of fish is definitely more than 100 tons, even infinitely close to the limit of 300, even bad luck. You can get 60 to 70 tons of harvest in one net. Caught fish will be poured directly into the cabin. These fish are sent to be cleaned through a special transfer port. Fishes of low taxonomic value will be sent directly to the freezer for freezing. Pack it up and sell it when you return. Precious fish are treated specially. Fish like tuna, after the middle nobles were caught, definitely won't survive 30 minutes, will be cleaned up by the crew. After all, the more high-end ingredients are more picky about the environment, not to mention the fish caught. Most of them are dying. In order to maintain the taste of this high-grade food, need to deal with it quickly. This is also the main task of the crew. After all, compared to the common sea fish sold in London, rare ingredients such as tuna is what really allows super large fishing boats to the existence of turning pores. School of fish mainly detected by sonar detectors on board. It is these precious seafood. The rest of the bargains, it's just time to get these. By the way, a bargain per year, and Annalise Elena fishing boats will go to sea. A fishing time is about 6 to 7 weeks. Almost every trip is full. Even many European countries are somewhat disgusted. Annalise Elena fishing boat. After all, this product appeared in a certain sea area. This means that the fish population in this area has plummeted. Now Annalise Elena the production of fishing boats accounts for 1/3 of the Netherlands' overall production. It can be said that it is the white jade pillar of the Dutch fishing industry. Jahazi golden grain. How big is the world's largest fishing boat? Can catch 8,000 tons of fish in one go. Directly exterminate an ocean without control. Banned by Western countries. Although the Netherlands is a small place, but in the export of seafood market, far ahead of peers, wandering around the top 10 in the world. This is all thanks to the strength of the Annalise Elena fishing boat. Small fishing boat. Once the Annalise Elena fishing boat is seen nearby, will immediately turn around and run away because the two sides are not on the same level at all. Small fishing boat can't beat the Annalise Elena fishing boat. If you want to compare with the Annalise Elena fishing boat, absolutely lose pants. There is nothing left, and this also makes Annalise Elena fishing boats got a nickname Kraken. Wherever he appears, the ecological environment will be destroyed. Even some are irreversible damage. Although Annalise Elena fishing boat, Bay Holland's maritime minister, announcing this as one of the prides of the Dutch fishing industry, that Annalise Elena fishing boats, allowed for a short period of the year, can sail in Dutch waters. And you can't engage in fishing activities during the voyage. Many EU members are very fond of Annalise Elena. Fishing boats have been expelled. Annalise Elena fishing boats are fishing in their own country's waters. From these conditions it can be seen that the Annalise Elena fishing vessel, how strong is the fishing ability? If not restricted, all fish species in the Mediterranean become extinct in 1 year. Absolutely not a problem. Even if it weren't for Juhu.net being banned by all countries, I doubt even Annalise Elena fishing nets used by fishing boats. It is the legendary net. After all, fishing alone, all marine fish in a sea area that can be caught, near extinction. It's outrageous. Mom opens the door for outrageous. Absurdly home. After all, the fishermen in the coastal areas of China. Large-scale use of protective nets. None of the sea fish in China's marine economic zone was caught. Extinct Annalise Elena fishing boat with only ordinary fishing nets can cause this effect, without restriction. Fishing in the same place for 3 or 4 years absolutely can artificially give an ocean. Perform a complete artificial sterilization. It can be said, a good fishing boat from Annalise Elena fishing boats, provided that its operating target is not its own sea area. Otherwise, no matter how big the sea area is, it will not be enough for having this thing. So if the Annalise Elena fishing boat wants to fish, I can only squat far into the sea, go to the high seas where no one cares. Fishing operations. But even so, Annalise Elena fishing boat change places every few days. Fortunately, the area of the high seas is large enough, and there are enough marine life industries. This fishing boat is estimated to be used less than a few times a year. Fishing hygiene for the general public and small fishing companies. Although every fishing needs to run a long way, but the oversized mailbox on Annalise Elena's fishing boat says it's not a problem. 3,000 tons of large capacity. Even if you travel around the world, you can't go to the high seas, but just a little. Moreover, the Netherlands or the waters near Europe. I don't know how many times I've been caught. The larger algae are gone. Even if let Annalise Elena fishing boat, working in nearby waters. Don't talk about making money online. It's God's mercy to not lose money. That's why, Annalise Elena fishing boat, the reason for only doing offshore operations. Not only the fish around the coastal areas are poor. It is more because of the country's limits for very large fishing vessels. After all, If you really meet someone who wants to take revenge on society, a super large fishing vessel that has to be salvaged offshore. Even if it loses money. However, although there are many fish in the ocean, but still hope that these very large fishing boats go to sea less than twice a year. After all, the fishing boat that could turn the ocean upside down. In a few years, too cruel, if the number of catches increase, very likely to make, the fish stocks of the entire ocean cannot be slowed down. If this happens, it's not something that can be approached in a year or two. On the scale of Earth's oceans, at least 1 or 2 generations, in order to integrate the overall biological, pull the level back to normal value.